We are back. This is America First on the Salem Radio Network. Sorry, YouTube, you don't get to hear the amazing music we play here. But hey, you know, video, Vice Radio, it's a little bit of, exchange there. You gotta give to get and get to give. Let's talk about what is happening today on Capitol Hill, the porculus, the amazingly gargantuan $1.3 trillion alleged COVID relief package and the rest of the insanity with somebody who's a good friend of the show, hasn't been on for a while. We warmly welcome him back. Project 21's Horace Cooper, Senior Fellow with the National Center for Public Policy Research. Welcome back to America First.
Hey, thanks for having me on the program.
Hey, Horace, context is so crucial in every major question, and we have a tendency to judge the last year. This week will be the official anniversary of the Chinese virus. We tend to judge it from our context. We're living in a war zone here with barbed wire fences, National Guard, everything shut down. You're in Texas. Things are a little bit different in Texas. Am I right?
Well, absolutely. Today's the first day of the end of the mask mandate. There's no longer a statewide mask mandate, and it is up to us as individuals as well as any businesses, etc., to decide what those policies are going to be with regard to, quote, social distancing and mask wearing. And I've been out today, and I was actually quite struck by how many places had removed the signs saying that it was somehow state law that one had to do certain things, and how crowded, in fact, places were, because people were feeling free to go out. Just driving by, seeing cars in the parking lot, which is likely meaning a big boom economically is headed this way.
So this is day number one. God bless Governor Abbott. But this day already, people are removing the stickers saying you have to wear a mask. They're already so eager.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, something as simple as going to a deli. I picked up a sandwich for my mother, and I've been so used to having to read all of the reminders of the risks of coming in and how all of that had been removed. You're not going to believe this. There's a rifle raffle sign stuck on the window instead. For $10, I could pay to participate in a raffle to win a new rifle. What a shift!
Now that's why we love Texas. You go to the deli, no more masks, but you can buy your ticket to the rifle raffle. Oh, it's so tempting, so very, very tempting. Okay, let's talk about this bill. It is being sold already. The mainstream legacy media is saying Biden is showering money on the American people. Your reaction to the celebrations in the fake news industry?
Well, apparently, I guess it's important for people to go through the motions of their enthusiasm, since when this actually goes into effect, the consequences are going to be significant. I wrote a piece for Newsmax just last month in which I explained that the contours of this bill are very, very likely to harm the least among us. Minorities are going to be hurt. Low-income workers are going to be hurt. Here we are expressly providing financial support for people who are not supposed to be in the country lawfully. We expanded, even if Mention reduced it, we expanded payments to people so that they wouldn't have to leave their home and go and work. And we overwhelmingly rewarded the unions and those states that have mismanaged and improperly provided stewardship of their states' economies. The people who suffer are not going to be elites. They're not going to be the upper middle class. They're going to be the least among us, those individuals whose skills require that they be able to offer their services to real human customers, not restrictions that limit how many people they can interact with. we're looking at a real division between the blue and the red states, and all that we're going to see is, if you're a bureaucrat, if you are part of big government, even at the state level, this bill rewards you handsomely.
Let's just be
but
clear.
If you are independent,
go ahead.
If you're independent and you try to stand up for yourself, but you're of modest means, this bill leaves you out.
Just be clear.
$1,400 does nothing.
Just be clear. 9% deals with health. 1% of the bill actually goes to vaccines. It's an outrage. Every American should be angry. We're talking to Horace Cooper, Project 21. I'm Sebastian Gorka, coming to you live from the ReliefFactor.com studios.
On the side of the U.S. Constitution, America first.
Love that tune, Hill Street Blues. My buddy Steve says, and he's a very good pianist, very hard to play that tune. Sounds simple, but the keys are very far apart. You got to have those big hands to play that tune. Lovely, subtle tune. Just got the figures this morning. You guys are crushing it. You are supporting Mike Lindell like never before. God bless all of you. They want to cancel him. They want to crush him. 25 corporations are boycotting his MyPillow products. But you have stepped up to the plate and gone directly to his website to send the crazy cancel culture leftists a message. Thank you, all of you who've done so. If you haven't, please support Mike Lindell. Send the cancel culture leftists a message. Go to his website, mypillow.com. Use promo code GORKA, and he's going to give you more than 60% off. Do it today. Support this great patriot. Call 800-829-8468. That's 800-829-8468. mypillow.com, promo code GORKA. God bless every single one of you. We are back with Project 21's Horace Cooper. Follow them at Project 21 News, senior fellow with the National Center for Public Policy Research. We've discussed the monstrosity that is the alleged COVID relief package, which it is not. Let's talk about something that's even more outrageous and in fact dangerous. That's HR 1. First question for you, Horace. I've gone through all the attempts to federalize elections that this bill is attempting to achieve, and the justification given in almost all of them, from not having to check IDs, not having to say that you're an immigrant or a legal resident, every single one has a preamble whereby they state this bill is predicated on stopping racial inequality in elections. Your comments?
This bill is promoting one of the biggest falsehoods that we have seen, and that falsehood is that there has been some evidence of any kind that black Americans or brown Americans are being stymied in their ability to participate in elections. In 2018, the percentage of black Americans who voted in America set a record high, and that was only broken by the record number of black Americans who voted in 2020. The real purpose of these measures is not actually to protect black Americans. That's a very, very useful dodge for people who fear and are concerned about black Americans, not the Democrats, not the progressives. I'm talking about mainstream America. This goes out as a technique to trick us, to trick America about it. But at the end of the day, the real goal here is to prevent the greatest experiment in self-government from going forward. And that is letting we, the people, decide what our policies are going to be, who our elected officials are going to be. You see, you don't automatically register everyone who gets a driver's license, especially when you're in a state where you're allowing unlawfuls to participate. You don't automatically register people who are felons and have convictions unless, of course, you're wanting to overwhelm the existing base of actual voters. When you allow ghosts, convicts, and illegals to participate, you will be surprised to find that the ghosts, the convicts, and the illegals are way more interested in bigger government, greater taxation, and they will divest from real bona fide citizens any ability to decide for themselves whether or not these terrible, destructive policies that harm them are going to go into effect.
I don't see the requisite pushback here on Capitol Hill, not just because of the power ratios in the House and the Senate, but because of a lack of an institutional response writ large. Is our hope, as somebody who follows this so closely, is our only hope the requisite response coming out of state houses and local municipalities, Horace?
Well, that's where we are right now. I want to make sure people understand this. Let's take a step away from this 2020 election. In my mind, if we would like to have a replication of what happened in 2020, H.R. 1 is the perfect tool to ensure. When we asked at Project 21, Black Americans, would you like to take home more of what you make out of your paycheck? Some 70% said yes. When we said, would you like government to regulate more or less? And some 68% said, we would like for government to regulate less. When we asked, would you like government to take and give money from taxpayers to, quote, needy people, many who either haven't demonstrated whether they're wanting to work or not. Again, that got the highest level of opposition among Black Americans, nearly 90%. Well, then why then on Election Day are we supposed to believe that overwhelmingly Black Americans supported the opposite vision? The only way you get there is if you allow for a mix of non-actual lawful citizens to participate. H.R. 1 seeks to divest from states the ability to make sure real people, blacks, whites, and brown, are actually making the decisions about the policies. They would like to replace them with proxies who can be guaranteed to vote, have their vote counted exactly as the big government progressives want.
We're almost out of time. Couple of seconds left with Horace Cooper. I have to ask you, what's your explanation for why more Black and Hispanic Americans voted for Donald Trump in the last election than any Republican president since the 1960s? Couple of seconds left.
It's exactly because Black America, white America, everyone saw these policies. They worked for them, and there's no way that you could have the kind of increase that we saw and still, in a lawful election, see an incumbent lose.
Great answer. It's the facts. That's why we go to him every time. Horace Cooper, follow him and his colleagues at Project 21 News. Keep doing what you do and enjoying the free, now even freer state of Texas. I'm Sebastian Gorka. This is America First.